So if you'd like to ask me some questions, I will be looking at the comments this time just to see what y'all are asking, what y'all would like to know. This time I actually will talk to the comments. These are one of those lives that I do. And bring up the phone real quick. All right, y'all. So this is one of the lives that I do where I actually do talk to the comments and answer questions, have conversations. Won't be very, very heavy today. Yeah, I don't think Jesus is alive, so I don't think dead people can love me. But yeah, sure. Sure, you can claim that. I don't think he's alive, but yeah, sure. He loves me. I mean, yeah, you could claim that he lives within us all. That's a good thing to claim. But and now once again, if you would like to talk to me, you can go ahead and hit the request button and come on up, and we can go ahead and have a conversation if you would like. Hey man, how's it going? Hello.
How are you today?
Hey, how's it going, man? You at least 18?
68.
Yeah, sure. What's you had any questions for me?
Maybe some wisdom.
Okay. What's your question?
Do you believe in God?
No, I don't.
You're atheist, right?
That's correct.
Were you ever atheist?
I was a Christian for over 20 years.
No, atheist.
Yes,
You're ever atheist?
yes, I was a Christian for over 20 years.
What kind of Christian?
I would say that we're Pentecostal, definitely. We're Pentecostal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my dad's my father's denomination was New Jerusalem.
What up, nigga? Is there a reason you should believe in an afterlife?
I don't see any reason for that right now. I don't see any reason for me to believe in an afterlife. I don't have any evidence that that's a true thing. Can you give me 1 second? I'm sorry. That should sound better. That should be way better. Yeah, I don't have any reason right now to believe that the afterlife is an actual real thing, so I just don't believe it.
Okay. So why does that word exist?
Afterlife? Why does the word afterlife exist? Is that your question?
Yeah, don't you think afterlife is technically not an atheist? Afterlife is a Muslim.
No,
Yeah,
the afterlife is the concept that we still keep living after we die. That's what the concept is. You don't have to be a Muslim to believe that.
Day of Judgment is not a Muslim.
I'm not sure what you're trying to ask me here, man.
What I'm saying is every atom, molecule, particle, prophecy, periodic table of elements of chemistry is Muslim. Gravity, law, light, your glasses, your hat is Muslim, your beard is Muslim.
No, they're not.
It's not atheist. It believes in God by submitting to God, by being the will from God.
My hat is an inanimate object. It doesn't have
everything is the will from the one source above all.
my friend,
Would you agree?
My guy, no. My hat is an inanimate object. It doesn't have any will or any beliefs. It's just an inanimate object. It's just a thing.
No, that's not what we mean. What I mean is it is in the willed existent existency from a creator who is the one source above all.
I know that's what you believe, but you're not sure.
Every will
hold on.
is a Muslim.
Hey, Allah, listen. I know you believe that, but there's no reason for me to believe that's true.
Well, do you know the Trinity, the Father is a Muslim, as well as the cross and all the Bibles?
Okay. Do you have any
Even my
questions for me?
Quran.
Because
My Quran is Muslim.
you're sitting
Yes.
here just claiming stuff. Yeah. Do you have any questions for me? Like, did you want to actually know about who I am?
Sure. Sure. Do you are you happy in your life?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy in my life. I think there's some things that could get better. I wanna at a certain point because I'm trained to be a counselor, a mental health counselor. So when that happens, right, I'm going to be helping out at risk youth. I volunteer with them as well. So I'm pretty content where I'm with life right now. I just wanted to advance, of course.
You're not miserable, right?
No, I'm good. I'm all right.
Okay. So if that's the case, do you think if you pray to God you will grow some hair?
No, probably not because I don't believe that there is a God in the first place. And even if there was one, I don't think it'll work that way. That's basically a genie, right?
Well, God, don't you believe, should be invisible and imageless forever until he reveals himself in paradise, as promised.
Okay, that has nothing to do with what I said. Are you trolling me right now?
No.
Hey, Satan, is he trolling me right now, Satan?
If he's not trolling, he's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I think he's trolling.
What I'm saying is, don't you think the creator who created all deserves a throne above
Why?
existence, right?
Why would he believe in a creator in the first place?
Yeah, why would I believe in
Well,
a
then he would just be ignorant for the disclosures of his own blessings.
He's the one who's ignorant, and yet you're the person who has yet to actually give a justification. You've just said claim after claim after claim after claim.
No, it's logical all.
No, it's
It's
not.
logical
No, it's not. None of this is logical. You're simply saying that everything is the will of Allah because trust me, bro. None of this is logical.
because the Quran says so.
Just a little puzzle pieces to your Easter eggs in life.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. Hey, Satan, how's it going, bro?
Doing good, buddy.
Yeah. I'm just doing a light one tonight. Not gonna be on for very long. Just gonna be like a little ask me anything type of thing. But you can definitely stick around.
Yeah, I'll chill, man. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. Hey, Beach Camp, how's it going, Beach Camp?
How's it going, brother? How are you?
I'm all right. Are you at least 18? And you have any questions for me?
Yeah, man. I am starting off. I'm 23. And my question to you before we get into anything or any conversation gets out of hand or whatnot, what?
Call from.
Hello, my name is Yo, hello?
Yeah, how's it going? Right now, just give me a few moments. Jesus Christ, I don't know what the hell's going on there, line. But go ahead, Beach. What were you saying?
No, I just wanted to know what your take on religion is, if you're religious at all, or if you're agnostic, or what exactly your beliefs were before we were to break out into conversation about it.
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, what the heck was that? I'm an agnostic atheist.
Now, my follow-up question to that, and we could branch off and I can come back later and we can conversate on this later. But is there a reason that you're an agnostic atheist? Is there something
Give me one
like
second.
Yeah.
Sorry that the mic was so low. There was something going on with it. But yeah, I'm an agnostic atheist. What was your question?
Yeah, brother. So my question to you was, is there a reason, or is there something that happened in the past, or some history that made you lean towards agnostic atheist, or is that just what you chose to initiate your religious beliefs at?
No, I grew up a Christian. Yeah, Nixon 5 definitely. But yeah, I grew up Christian. My denomination was Pentecostal. The organization was New Jerusalem. And over time, I've always had questions, right? I've always had questions on whether this is true or not. I always had issues with the Adam and Eve story, the Noah's Ark story, Jonah and the whale. I've always had issues with it because I felt they were not logical at all. But I always told myself that I'm going to find out those answers later, or God will reveal itself, or I'll find out when I die and go to heaven, right? But I kept the questions to the back of my head. But the question that I was never asked before was, why do I believe what I believe? until I got to college, and one of my philosophy professors asked me that question. He told me on my essay, you told me what you believe, but you haven't told me why you believed it. So I started to think about it more and more and more. I'm like, why do I believe this thing? And I went through a whole basically journey of deconstruction that took at least 10 to 15 years. And through the end of it, I figure out two things, right? I asked myself two important questions at the end of it. Can I believe something with no evidence that is true? And the answer to that was no, because I don't do that for anything else. You know what I mean? And the second thing I asked myself is, do I need this to be a moral, a good person with drive and everything like that? To live a good, righteous, moral life, do I need to have it? Do I need to believe it? The answer to that was also no. So at the end of the day, I just said, all right, I have to give it up. I don't believe it anymore.
And you know what? There's nothing. I asked you what your beliefs were, and I'm not the kind of guy that's going to come back with a rebuttal why you shouldn't believe that or why you should believe what I believe. I respect exactly what you believe, and I appreciate you sharing that with me. There may be a couple things that I would say upon that, which would be first. Half of the things in that psychology class that you learned did not have any true and exact formality in existence, nor did it have, almost everything in a psychology class is hypothetical. Some things are tangible, and they are based off of existential things, like humans, emotions, things like that. But almost every single aspect about a psychology lesson or anything of that sort is hypothetical. And so if we can go down the hypothetical path of this might happen, and also we can go down the hypothetical path. And I'm not trying to lean you. I'm not trying to evangelize here and lean you towards Christianity. You've already gone through absolutely everything, I'm sure. You said you spent about 15 years finding yourself after all of these types of lessons and teachings and things of that sort from all different backgrounds, right? But what I would say to you is that not just the fact that we can not prove that God exists, we cannot say that he didn't exist, or that he doesn't exist. Jesus himself, the same thing of that. Jesus was a person. We have more evidence that Jesus was alive and he died on a cross being crucified in the exact story that says in the Bible, as just as much as World War II happened.
No,
yes.
no.
Yes.
No, we do not.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
I'm sorry.
We
In
do.
what way? There are still people alive
from
today
World War
who were
II.
in World War II.
So we don't
Yeah.
have as much
And
evidence.
if we were back 2,450 years ago, there would still be those people.
Pause real quick. All right. So number one, I'm not sure if you heard me wrong, but I actually said it was a philosophy course, not a psychology course. But even in a psychology course, we have an entire field of our economy based on psychology, marketing. You know what I mean? So it is a real thing. Psychology is not hypothetical. Like the entire field of marketing is based on psychology. You know what I mean? So it's not something that you can just kind of dismiss. But if you say philosophy is more hypothetical, then yeah, I can see where you're going with that, right? But when it gets to the second thing of we have all this proof for Jesus, me personally, I've never had an issue of Jesus being a real person, but the evidence for him is a little flimsy. You know what I mean? I think historians kind of take it as it is, because a lot of things in history, when it comes to like historical narratives, right? Embarrassing details about a person are usually not. If it was a fake person, they usually don't put that in, the embarrassing details about them. You know what I mean? But Jesus had embarrassing details, so like it's probably a person. You know what I mean? But as far as having as much evidence for him as World War II, as Satan pointed out, we have people still alive today from World War II, and not only that, we have what we're doing here, video and pictures. You know what I mean? So we don't have something like that for Jesus. But as far as what we have for Jesus, we have like Roman. Well, I'm not sure if Tacitus and Josephus were Roman or Jewish. I think Josephus was Jewish. But we do have historians. We do have people said that, hey, people believed in this guy. But we don't know what their sources were, like Tacitus. We don't actually know what his source was, But because Tacitus was a Roman historian, he must have been taking it from a Roman source. So we just got to assume, okay, Tacitus took it from a Roman source. Jesus was probably a real guy, and he was probably crucified. And because of all these embarrassing details of someone who's supposed to be the Messiah, he was probably likely real. You know what I mean? But as far as much proof as World War II, nah. You were better off saying Julius Caesar, and even that is a little rougher. Did you want to add something there, Satan? Or you were going to say what I was going to say?
You were going to say what I was going to say. Like the World War II example, I don't know where you heard that or pulled that out of. That's the most wild thing I've heard about the historicity of Jesus Christ.
To be frank, I don't know why exactly you think that. World War II, yeah, there is some video. But beyond that, I'm not talking about video evidence. I'm talking about records. I'm talking about people who were there, people that saw it, the people alive today. If there were no videos, the people alive today, their testimony was just as good as the thousands and thousands of testimonies that Jesus was a real person, that he crucified. I mean, that's not even a question. It is proven that Jesus was a real person. The Messiah, the whole
outside
the part
of the
of
Bible wrote about Jesus.
No. Scientifically, it has been
How many
proven.
people outside of the Bible wrote about Jesus?
Yes, but
How many?
scientifically, he was proven.
No, you're not answering the question. How many people outside of the Bible, near the time of Jesus Christ, wrote about Jesus?
Do you know the answer? Because no, I don't.
Yes, I do.
What is the answer?
There were two, and they were written. It was Tacitus and Josephus. Tacitus. Hold on. These were the first two earliest writings outside of biblical literature that we have about Jesus. Tacitus was 40 years after Jesus' supposed death, so he wasn't an eyewitness, and Josephus was 50 years after Jesus' supposed death, who wasn't an eyewitness. And both of them don't mention Jesus as being an actual person. Josephus himself has 21 different different examples of Jesus Christ. Only one mentions the Bible itself. One. There were 21 different variations of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, which could lead to the hypothesis that Jesus was likely, or Jesus could have probably been an amalgamation of several different figures running around at the time, and over time they just got amalgamated into one. That's also something that can happen over time, because that's the same thing probably happened with Moses, because Moses as a person probably never existed, but he was probably like several Hebrew or Egyptian figures that got amalgamated into one when there were a group of Canaanites living in Egypt and then left. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing could have happened with Jesus. Now, 40 years is a very short time for that to happen. You know what I mean? Which is why some historians are like, maybe not an amalgamation, but it could in fact happen. And it could in fact happen quickly, as a matter of fact, if people, get cut off. Oh, he left. All right, cool. Not a problem.
You fucking kidding me?
Yeah, he left. I don't know. All right, the person on my line has been there on hold for 10 minutes. All right, 725, you're there? You there, 725? All right, y'all. So here's the call-in line right here. If you'd like to call, 786-530-5941. And welcome, Satan. Satan, how's it going, man? I know that I'm always telling you that I'm gonna be co-hosting on your live one of these days. I know I'm always saying that. I'll figure it out one day. All right, I'll figure it out one day.
You're a daytime creator. I'm a nighttime creator. I go live at like 11 p.m. my time, and I think are you East Coast or West Coast?
I'm East Coast.
So yeah, it'd be 12 or 1 a.m. your time. So I'm not putting too much into it.
That's why. All right, one of these days when I have some time off, like no work the next day or anything like that, I'll definitely come on. Of course, if wifey wants to spend time with me, I'm not gonna be able to do it because then she'll kill me.
I get you. But listen, I'm starting. I got a new job and I'm starting it the 24th. I believe. So after that, I'm probably going to be spotty because it's going to have different shift hours and everything like that. So I'll be around. I'll definitely send you a message.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let me know when you're going on, and I'll definitely be on. I do have a question over on my YouTube from Deconstruction Junction. Shout out to Deconstruction Junction if you're watching me there. It says, "Do you think the Bible should be taught in schools?" I think it should be taught as a part of history, not as a part of, like, when I say part of history, I'm talking about like in the Middle East, this is one of the major religions that came out of there, and the Bible, and this is how it came by. And I also think the other world religions should be taught the same way. You know, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, it's a part of history. Now, teaching it as a part of like science class is what I have an issue with. Teaching it as part of this is the absolute truth of world history, I would have an issue with. The Bible is a part of world history, but it is not world history in of itself. That's what I would say to that question. You agree, Satan?
Yeah. See, I was lucky enough. I went to high school in New Jersey, and Jersey is one of the best. I think it actually might be the best ranked high schools in the nation. Mm-hmm. And luckily, I took a class called World Religions. It was an elective. I think it should be mandatory. You should have to learn about the religions of the world, because that fucking class made me more of an atheist than anything.
Yeah. Easy. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Taking comparative religion, taking philosophy classes, those things will turn you atheist real quick. You know what I mean? I remember back in the day, there was a saying that the internet is where religion goes to die. Yeah. And, I used to hate that saying, because I'm like, I used to be like, I'm solid in my faith. You know what I mean? I used to be one of those guys. Nothing can shake my faith. I am a Christian, etc., etc. And then what happened? My religion died on the internet. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. My religion died on the internet.
Listen, my religion started to die. I was raised Catholic. Mm-hmm. So I was raised that the church is the word of God, and the Pope is the head, and he speaks to God in order to get everything going. And then I found out what the Catholic Church did, and I go, well, that's not godly. I'm not believing that shit anymore. At age 11, I figured that out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. So another comment on my YouTube says ADBC is world history. Yeah, that's how we used to date things, right? We used to date things as, you know, AD in the year of our Lord, and BC before Christ. But that's not how because the only reason that's a thing is because of colonialism. Yeah, I mean, because of colonialism, the Europeans were Christian at that time, and they forced everyone to follow their calendar. That's not the way that people used to date before that. Before then, before Christianity, people used to date it within, like, I think the Caesars, and before the Caesars, it was like the gods. But that's only in Europe. Over in Japan, they dated completely differently. Over with with Judaism, they're like in the year like 5,000 something. In China, they're in the year what like I think like 4,000 or 6,000 something. Like AD and BC, saying that AD and BC is therefore world history. It's very, very Eurocentric, because that's what Europeans forced on us. Yeah, I mean, or European colonialism forced on everybody else. That's the only reason why we dated. I'm pretty sure in the next 1,000 years, there's probably going to be another world religion that pops up, and then people are going to be dating it with that. You know what I'm saying? So
I fucking hope not, man. Can we not? Can this religion shit be done already?
Yeah, people are going to be dating it with before Harry and after Harry. You know, before Harry Potter and after Harry Potter.
God, Harry Potter becomes a world religion. Transphobia is going to be the fucking #1 way of understanding everybody.
Oh man, yeah. She's so disappointing, bro. And as a person who grew up on the Harry Potter novels, loving the universe, creating my own fan fiction around that universe, for her to oh man, it's like you created a world of magic, lady. People swallow a pill in order to become something else, and you're really a transphobe. Oh my god, what? I don't get it. Like in the 7th movie, Hermione drank a potion that made her turn into Harry, and you're a transphobe. Insane. Completely insane, yeah, bro.
That's magic.
Completely insane. All right, I have someone called Praise the Lord 775 that told me to believe in Jesus. Why should I? Why should I believe in Jesus? Oh, that's why should I? All right, let's see some of these comments here. Bible's not original. The Bible is history. Many reject the Bible because it's not about them. The Bible is actually about the children of the transatlantic slave trade. Many don't know it. I have one of those people on my thing. The Bible is not about the transatlantic slave trade. Is not about the transatlantic slave trade at all. We gotta give that up, y'all. The Bible is not about black people. Yeah, all right. The ancient Israelites were dark-skinned people. You can even say that they were probably related to the Ethiopians, but they wasn't West African, y'all. They just wasn't. All right. 2YZ. Give me 1 second. 2YZ. Zeno asked me what exactly is Pan-African. A Pan-African is someone that believes in the freedom of the African continent and the people of African descent, sub-Saharan African descent, to decide our own self-determination, to be free from colonialism and neocolonialism, politically, socially, economically, and religiously. All right, so that's what Pan-Africanism is about. All right, 2YZ, how's it going, bro?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. So you're also an atheist and a Pan-African leftist, huh?
Yeah, I'm also an anti-theist, so I add that to me.
You're also an anti-theist, and that's the thing. I've always said that. So I said I'm an atheist, but I'm not anti-theist. I wouldn't make religion illegal, or I'm not gonna discourage. Well, I encourage critical thinking, which kind of discourages religion, to tell you the truth. But I'm not really against religion as a concept. I kind of accept it as a part of humanity. But do you think we should get rid of it all, huh?
I think you were frozen or me?
You were probably. I'm not sure if I was frozen.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not really against it as a concept, but you said that we should get rid of it all within humanity, huh?
Well, when I say anti-theist, I really mean Abrahamic faiths, because they're the most powerful. Yeah, so maybe anti-theist is kind of a term. Religion itself could work if it said don't abuse women, don't be a racist a-hole, don't be a slave supporter. Unfortunately, most of religion spread by doing those very same things. That's how they become powerful. So that's why I rather go with the anti-theist overall group, because I don't really see many religions being positive for especially melanated people, women, children, African Americans. They're the groups that I'm kind of more concerned about, and the environment, the trees, the bees. So
yeah, I mean, I was arguing with this with someone earlier on Threads. The Abrahamic religion has done nothing for us. It's done nothing for Africa. Is like, if you really think about it, places like Haiti, places like Nigeria, places like Somalia, they prove that prayer doesn't work. I mean, people have been praying for 200-300 years. You know what I'm saying? And nothing has happened. Nothing has gotten better. Like they prove that prayer doesn't work, y'all. We need to abandon these things, especially in Nigeria, where these televangelist preachers are living it up over there. They're worth $150 million over there, while the majority of Nigerians are suffering. Like we gotta just give this shit up, y'all. Like, for real. TYZ, give me a second. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, TYZ.
No, I was gonna say. Well, I'm gonna say. Sorry for interjecting.
All good.
I think that most religions are like comfort foods or schmugs. Like when I watched the Knicks yesterday, I had some comfort food that I shouldn't have eaten. Popcorn, ice cream. I'm 61. I shouldn't be eating that BS. Well, I think for mature adults, chronologically, cognitively, emotionally, religion provides a buffer between the reality that we have to do in order to survive individually and as a people, and the fantasy, meaning you don't have to do that. Just pray. Jesus is coming. Allah is coming. Yeshua is coming. Spider-Man is coming. None of them are coming other than on a Netflix movie when we chilling out. Other than that, get back to reality.
Exactly. Nothing is coming to save us, y'all. We got to save ourselves. All right. Give me 1 second. 2YZ. I got TT and I have Eli. TT, you at least 18?
Absolutely.
All right. So you saying that the ancient Israelites were West African?
Yep, absolutely. If you go through especially Ghana, Sierra Leone, and the rest, if you trace their oral history, They all came up north. We were replaced.
You talking about which Ghanaian history? Which ethnic group?
We talked about the Ewes, the Gans, the Akans, you name it.
The Akan ethnic group says that
the Ewes, Akans, the Ewes and Akans, even the Igbos, they do the same as well.
No, not. Well, the thing is, what we can. There are Igbo Jews. I know that there are Igbo Jews, but what I was gonna say is that, yeah, I understand that their oral history about something, right? But their oral history is all stops in Africa. It doesn't say that they're from Levant.
No, it does. All of them.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does. I'm telling you.
The Akan oral history says that they're from Israel.
Yep.
If I Google this right now, if I Google this right now, is that what I'm gonna find?
Sorry?
If I Google this right now, is that what I'm going to find?
Well, I mean, that's the oral tradition among the Ewes.
Hold on. Listen. Yep. If I were to Google this right now, is that what I'm going to find?
Whether it's in Google or not remains to be seen, but that is what we are taught. That's the oral tradition. I'm from there, so I know what the situation is.
Hey, 617, give me 1 second, please.
Yeah. So it's not.
All right. So TT, let's say I take your word for it, right? This is what the oral history says. That doesn't make it true, because when you trace when you trace the genetics of the people from Africa, especially people like the Akan, the Yoruba, the Igbo, they all come from the Niger basin. They're not from the Israel basin. As a matter of fact, how can this be true if the language of those people are older than Hebrew?
You got to understand. I think the problem. I think you are when you say the way you're saying it. You got to remember a lot of modern day North Africans were not originally the people that look like the way they are.
That's fine. But that's not what I'm asking.
Hold
on. That's not TT. Let me finish. Hold on. You're not actually addressing what I'm asking. The languages of the Akan, the Igbo, and the Ewe people are older than Hebrew. How if all those people were from the Levant and from Israel, how come the language from those areas are older than Hebrew? And Hebrew has none of those words in their languages. If you understand that Hebrew language has no Igbo words. Igbo words have no Hebrew words. And the Igbo language is older than the Hebrew language by at least 2,000 years. If what you're saying was true, that would not be the case.
Well, all I'm saying, and then you can make, I mean, people talk about Kufu, and we have the word Akufu in terms of the name of the people. So you have Kufu in Egypt, you have Akufu. It depends on how the translations and those translations were done. There are certain spiritual practices that we've been doing as part of our traditional system, and not just the Akans, the Gans as well, the Ewes as well, right across Nigeria belt, even to the Congos, right? Which mirrors the tree of life that we talk about. It's part of our tradition. You see, and obviously we were replaced. People took part of that knowledge and they've made it their own. They've adopted it, mutated it, and done it what they wanted to do. And obviously, linguistically, things change as you go along anyway. So originally, we were there.
I understand, TT, but how do you explain the differences between that with language and genetics? Because when it comes to actual genetic studies, it shows that the Akan people are from West Africa, and when you look at the language, the Akan language is older than Hebrew. These completely contradict Akan people coming from Israel. That'll be impossible.
It is older again. We talk about Africa, West Africa, as the base as it is, as being just monolithic people who've always existed there, have not migrated. The migration took up to 2,000 to 2,500 years, maybe even 3,000 years. So it was people always, you were taught when we were coming from up north. It is there in our system, whether it's the airway is the same. The airway controls the eastern part of Ghana, Togo, Benin. They came with the robbers, settling in Ile-Ife, and then they migrated to Ghana, and then among the Igbos as well. across West African
what
belt.
I'm saying is that
there is that oral tradition.
That's fine. I'm not doubting that the oral tradition exists, right? I'm taking your word for it.
Yeah.
That oral tradition exists. What I'm saying is that it contradicts archaeology, contradicts genetics, contradicts linguistics. All of these languages. Hold on, wait, TT, listen. All these languages are older than Hebrew. Genetic tracing shows a West African origin. There's no archaeological evidence showing a large migration pattern from Mesopotamia to West Africa. None. That's not an archaeological record. So hold on. No. Okay. Listen. If the claim that Akan people came from Israel was true, why is there no record of it, especially in the language? Because again, Akan language is much older than the Hebrew language. The Hebrew, I'm sorry. Akan language is much older than Hebrew. The Igbo language is much older than Hebrew. There are no words in Hebrew from the Igbo language, none. So why would we believe that? Like the genetics doesn't match up, the linguistics doesn't match up, the archaeology doesn't match up. It doesn't match up at all.
Okay, I mean, listen, there are somebody else who is doing that research. It is not by people that look like you. They have the capability of twisting history as they would like to feature their agenda because of what they've portrayed you as through the last 500, 600 years. Okay,
that's kind of silly, man. What would it be?
No, it's not silly. Listen. Let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you something. Right? Let me tell you something. They did a genome of United Kingdom 3,000 years ago. Half of the people in British Isles, United Kingdom, were black and brown.
Yeah,
exactly. So where did they go?
They got absorbed into the population.
Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. And why did they just disappear into the population? How? And where's the evidence for that? Where's the evidence for that?
The people that exist today. Like for example, have you ever seen like a half black person get with a white person and what their child looks like? The child looks white.
Half black person.
Remember,
yes, go ahead.
You know a person like that's half black, like Patrick Mahomes. Have you ever seen his daughter?
Can I interject something here as well?
Give me a second. I'll show you.
I understand what you're talking about. You got a one-sided view of what somebody has.
I have a question. Have you heard of a false cognate?
The who?
False cognate. It's a linguistic term. What it means is that people assume word A is etymologically related to word B, when in actuality, it's a false cognate. How do you know? And by the way, this is not to say, I don't think the host is anti-West Africa, nor am I. We're just anti-fantasy. When Black people, Africans, we need more reality. Isn't it just that you have an oral tradition, but you have no actual hard evidence?
Please, I think, you see, the fantasy.
Let me just show you what I'm talking about.
Let me finish. The fantasy is on the side of those who think that over thousands of years, West African has always been where it is.
TT, I heard the host ask you questions and you went all around talking. I came in politely, asked you a question, and you're giving me your life story. You can't just answer the question.
What life story did I give you?
Can you just answer the question? The audience is listening. People are here to learn. What archaeological or genetic evidence is there that your group is actually Israelite? I have an old story that I'm Superman, I'm Bruce Lee, Muhammad Ali, Harriet Tubman, everybody mixed in one. I feel good about it, but it's not the truth. It's not a fact.
You have to look at some of our traditions that are still being practiced by the Jews, our traditional systems.
Like what?
Well, ritual traditional systems. I will leave you to go and investigate it.
No. Don't tell me you're going to investigate it. Which ones? Like what? All right. I just want to show you something, TT.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. I just want to show you something. Because you said before, like there were like genetic studies shows that at least a third of the people who are living in the British Isles had darker skin, that they look like us. Yeah, I don't doubt that, right? That's true. Now I told you that they got absorbed into the population, and then you asked me how can that be? I brought up Patrick Mahomes. Let me show you a picture of Patrick Mahomes right now. Patrick Mahomes, this is him right here. You see him? That's Patrick Mahomes. He's half white, half black. And this is his wife right here. He married a white woman. You see how his kids look? That's exactly what happened to that population. I'm not doubting that there were dark-skinned, blacker people in the British Isles, but because they got absorbed into the population.
You're one of those people who still believe that Egypt was not created by the original civilization. In Egypt was not created by black people. They were created by the people who existed.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, fine.
That's not what I said.
If that's what you believe, that's what you believe.
That's not what I said. TT.
I'm not saying.
TT, stop. You're not gonna TT, stop. You're not gonna lie about what I said. I didn't say anything about the Egyptians. Listen, nothing about them. I know what the Egyptians look like. Okay. If you ever seen the movie The Prince of Egypt, that's what the Egyptians actually look like. Not the white version that we see today. But if you ever saw the movie The Prince of Egypt, y'all, that's what Egyptians look like. I know that. Matter of fact, the ancient Hebrews actually looked the way that Moses looked in the movie. That's what they used to look like. Yeah, I know that too. That doesn't mean that they were West African. Doesn't mean that.
And TT, you mentioned the British Isles. Do you know about the Caribs or the Tainos or the Boricua? This is just a yes or no question. Oh, TT went quiet.
TT knows how to unmute since I hit the button.
TT, unmute, brother. What's going on?
I don't know.
In case anyone is wondering what I'm talking about, this right here is how ancient Egyptians used to look like because they were out in the sun all the time. All right, so that's what they used to look like.
They didn't look black.
As a matter of fact, a lot of them still look like this. I know a few Egyptians. They told me that too. They were like, "Yeah, this is what a lot of us still look like. It's just media doesn't show it." Hold on, TT, stop. I'm just using this as an example. This is what ancient Egyptians look like, and not only that, Egyptians today will even tell you there are still at least half of them that still look like this. You know what I mean? So it's just media that shows you something else. But
no. Listen, the Egyptians, the region, if you go back to, if you study the books of Dr. Henry Clark and Dr. Ben, I kind of forget his name for a second. Right? They tell you what the Egyptians were, what they look like. The Dr. Ben, who was an Ethiopian, black Ethiopian, bound to looking like me, who will tell you that the original Hebrew languages that were there and that was spoken, right? I rather take their views upon any spurious argument by other people who are trying to denigrate.
I'm not trying to denigrate anybody, bro. I'm just saying that we're not those people. That's all I'm saying. We have our own beautiful, rich history. We don't need to hold on. Listen. Hold on. Stop. TT. Listen. We have our own beautiful, rich history. We don't need the Israelite history. We don't need that shit. Those people were doing disgusting, horrible things out in the Levant. We don't need to be part of them.
They drove us out. That is why we came to start where we are. They drove us out.
Where's the evidence of that? There's no linguistic evidence, no archaeological evidence, or even genetic evidence. There's no evidence of that.
Fine. More research has to be done.
Just want to state real quick, TT, you do understand that you openly admitted that this is a bad faith conversation because you're only listening to the sources that agree with your point of view.
Not at all.
That's what you just said.
Not at all. Not at all. Listen, I've looked at several artifacts. I've looked at even certain people who don't look like even you and me, who will accept that that was the age of the day.
Then present the evidence.
Okay, so what's the evidence? What is the evidence that the West African people came from the Levant? Because like we just can't go off the oral history. No evidence shows this to be the case.
Yeah, but so you haven't done any research. You're coming back and saying this is where we find ourselves. This is where we are. Everybody else travel around everywhere else. We don't go anywhere else.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Let me finish. We look at the Egyptians, and that is what they look like.
All right, TT, listen. You need to actually track what I said. I never said that we never left the continent. I never said that. I said that the group that you're talking about, the origins of them are in Africa, in the Niger Basin, in the Niger-Congo Basin. That's the origin of them, especially the Igbo people. And the proof of this is the fact that the language is older than Hebrew. The genes are older than the genes are older than the Hebrew people, and the fact that there's no migration pattern archaeologically.
Right.
Because when we look at archaeology, what you see is migration patterns of people. That's how we know that the ancient Israelites came from Midian, because we can see archaeologically that the hill tribe started here and then they moved down to the Levant. We can see all that in archaeology. We don't see that for West African people. What we see for West African people is that they started in Africa, moved around in Africa in the Bantu region. Some of them left, and then some of them came back. We don't have any evidence that they came from the Levant. No evidence at all.
Okay, fine. Why is it that Israel itself, as a country now, is going to looking at the Yoruba tradition, finding not Yoruba tradition, the Igbo tradition, finding a lot of similarity with the Igbo elders, even saying to them, "We've got a purer Israel, Jewish Hebrew tradition than you have."
Yeah, because
and it's on the internet. Jews, you can search on that debate between the YouTube that is going on in the YouTube now.
I know.
So when you come and talk about all of this, I wonder where you get it from.
The Igbo Jews. Yes, we know that there are Igbo people who converted Judaism thousands of years ago. We know that, right? They still kept First Temple Judaism. They kept First Temple Judaism, and others are doing, I think, Second or Third Temple Judaism. We all know that.
So did they not migrate from there to South? When did they get? When did they?
It probably got there through trade. It probably got there through trade.
When did they convert?
It probably got there through trade. They converted maybe I would say close to 2,000 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. But they probably got not 2,000. I'm sorry, not 2,000. Probably close to 600 years ago. But they got it through trade, just like how a lot of West Africans got Islam through trade.
TT is using TT. What you're doing is using inductive reasoning, but making a deductive claim.
You are making a spurious.
So it would be fine. But TT, can you hold on?
If modern day Israelis,
all right, yo.
Hey, TT, testing.
Now we're gonna move on, bro. We're gonna move on. I'm tired. We're gonna move on. I'm tired, bro. I'm sorry too, why, but I'm getting tired, bro. We're gonna move on. All right, guys. The number is still on the board for y'all to call in 786-530-5941. If you would like to talk to me about anything I have on the board. I'm a leftist, I'm a Pan-African, and I'm an atheist. Let me get to this call real quick.
Call from
Sam.
All right, Sam, how's it going? I see that you called in before, but you couldn't stay on the line for whatever reason. It's all good and well. Sam, are you at least 18? And what question did you have for me?
Yeah. No, I'm just wondering, just wondering how, a man could be a liberal.
How a man could be a leftist?
Because it's kind of, like at this point, it's just kind of like feminized. You know what I mean? And everything they stand for is to give gay people more rights. And it just seems like the left has been kind of hijacked by gay people. Like
Sam,
it's just all gay.
So
like it's just all
Sam,
about gay now.
Sam,
It's like
Sam,
everything's gay.
Sam.
It's like gay
Sam,
every
I'm gonna
day
need
now.
you to pause, Sam.
Everything's rainbow.
Sam. Okay, cool. So, Sam, let me ask you a question. What do you exactly do you think masculinity is based on? Because for me, masculinity is based on your own self-reliance, your own security. For example, I use the acronym SAWFT, SAWFT, meaning secure, affectionate, wise, flexible, and trustworthy. And in those things, you should be emotionally secure. You should be sexually secure. You should be mentally secure. Affectionate means that you should be open to other people. You should be vulnerable. And you should still be assertive. Being wise, being well read, being able to take criticism. Being flexible means that you can change your mind towards things. You can let other people lead when you can't lead. Being trustworthy means that you're against systems of oppression and you'll stand up for the little guy. This is what all. Hold on, Sam, listen.
This is a long.
Sam, listen. This is what all masculinity means to me, right? So when you say that, it's been taken over by the gays, even if that were true, which is not, why should I give a fuck?
I just don't see what they're doing for you. Like as a man in 2026, the Democrats offer you nothing, like nothing, dude. That's
Neither
all
do
I'm
the
saying.
Republicans, which is why I'm not a Democrat or Republican. The Republicans don't offer me shit. All the Republicans offer me is that they're gonna put women back in the kitchen and have the gay people go back in the closet. I don't give a fuck about that. I think women should be able to do what they would like to do. If they want to be in the kitchen, they can be in the kitchen. And if gay people are going to be in society, they could be in society. What's wrong with that? I don't care about them being in society.
If you remember 4 or 5 years ago, gay people were upset about the gender neutral crazy crap going on because they wanted their own spaces too. You know,
they
men
weren't.
and women
Y'all
have their own
were.
spaces. It's not a crazy
that's actually
concept,
incorrect.
you know?
That's actually incorrect. Hold on, give me a second. For the people over on my TikTok, the caller actually can't hear you. That's the only reason why I'm talking to about myself. I know. I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna fix that soon later. But no, you're fine. I was just talking to somebody on my TikTok. But listen, when it comes to gay people, right? I don't see the big issue.
No, it's
here.
the transsexual stuff too. I mean,
who cares?
The gay stuff, dude.
Who cares?
You know, like,
who cares? Who cares?
I mean, at this point, it's just nauseating, man. It's like,
why?
You know, what? Because it's just everywhere. Like, you know, like when you saw like the Biden-Harris rally, like people were there in like assless chaps, bro.
No, they
weren't. Kids there, like it was just weird.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, dude, the Democrats are full of boomers, women, and gay people at this point.
Hey, Sam, I need you to calm down for me. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Yes, gay people exist. Trans people exist. Yes, in their own corner of the world, they'll do things that you may find weird. They may do things that I find weird, but who gives a fuck? They should be able to live their lives as happy as they. Hold on, Sam. Hold on, Sam. Listen, Sam. Should or should they not be able to live their lives the way that they want if they don't harm anybody?
It's not about that. I'm saying
it is about that. Hold on, listen,
Sam. Has turned into a rainbow flag Marxist gay parade at this point. It's almost an embarrassment. I wish you guys had an agenda.
Sam, I need you to listen. Should a gay or trans person be able to live their life any way that they want as long as they don't harm anybody else? Yes or no?
But there's
it's a yes or no, yes or no, yes or no, yes or no.
No one's saying that they shouldn't.
Okay,
but
cool.
Saying your
cool.
whole
If that's the case,
on the left
if that's the case, if that's the case, if that's the case, shut up. If that's the case, and that's all they want, what is the problem? Because that's all they want, bro.
Why do rappers wear dresses, bro?
I don't know. That's dumb niggas, bro.
You don't know.
Who gives a fuck? I don't care if a rapper wears a dress. Who cares?
2% is
what I gotta do with me? Hey Sam, what I gotta do with me? Another motherfucker wears a dress. Well, why gotta be yourself for? What I gotta do with me? You're very insecure in your masculinity, my friend.
If you're into that, dude,
you're very. Hold on, Sam. Hold on, stop. Hold on, Sam.
That's important to you.
Listen, Sam. I never said I was into that. I don't wear dresses. That's not something I'm comfortable with.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying, hold on, Sam.
Seems to be the number one thing.
You need to listen to what I'm saying to you. You need to stop. You need to stop. Listen, Sam. If another man wears a dress, what the fuck does that have to do with me? You're very insecure, bro.
Yeah. Has Sam heard of a statistical outlier?
And then they pass laws, and then I have to listen.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on, guys. He just needs to live in his truth. Sam can't hear you. That's the only reason why I was talking to him myself. I'm sorry, he can't hear you.
That dude has. The second he saw a trans woman and his PP got a little bit too excited, he's been confused ever since.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, they assume that a few rappers that wear X represent the entire population, and that's a statistical outlier. So they're not very rational.
Exactly. All right. So just for a super chat, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Keith, that's his name, Keith. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. He says Indian scammer over here. Keith must be from India. I know that's a stereotype you guys deal with. That's which sucks. But we have on the stage Satan, and we have 2YZ. I'm sorry, you guys. You can't be able to. You're not gonna be able. The callers cannot hear you, which is why I talked to them by myself. But that's not a problem. We're gonna move on to Eli. Eli, how's it going?
Good.
I'm all right.
It's going pretty good.
All right. I appreciate you being up here, Eli. Are these 18? And did you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't. I would say I have a question. I would say, like, why don't you believe in God specifically? But I'll start off there.
Okay. Yeah, I have no reason to believe that is true. And I don't need it in my life to live a good life, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's valid. That's completely valid. If it's okay if I run an argument by you.
Yeah, sure.
For God, I don't know if I'm supposed to ask questions, so I don't just want to sneak an argument down.
I mean, you can excuse me, you can ask questions. You can tell me the reason why you do.
I don't know. I think I've talked to you specifically before. If it was another black man, I'm black too, so I'm not being racist. I'm not saying all black people look alike.
No, all good.
But anyways, if this sounds familiar to you, you can stop me. I think I ran this argument before. It's an argument based off complexity. I think you've
off complexity.
Yeah, in the universe.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the universe is complex, but it being complex doesn't necessarily mean that there was a God behind it. Things can be naturally complex.
Yeah. Okay. So, would you say that complexity is logically necessary within the universe?
What do you mean by logically necessary? Like it is not.
Yeah, there would be some sort of.
The thing is about complexity in the universe is just a brute fact. There's nothing that's necessary about it. Like there's nothing making it happen.
What do you mean by brute fact? How would complexity be a brute fact? It's just a way to describe the universe.
Yeah, exactly. That's a brute fact. It's the way that we describe the universe is that it's complex, and that's just a brute fact of our reality. It's complex.
Brute facts are not descriptions. You do realize that, right? Yeah, brute fact would be something like 2 + 2 = 4. That's not a really description of the universe. Rather just the concept itself.
All right. So you're saying
have a quick question.
Yeah, I got you too. Why? Give me a second. Is the sun hot?
Yeah, that wouldn't be a brute fact. That would be a description. Because the sun doesn't have to be hot.
Is it a fact that it's hot?
I guess it. Yeah, sure.
That's a brute fact, my friend.
No, that's not what a brute fact is. Wait, what is your definition? So you think a brute fact is just any sort of fact?
Any fact that I would say a brute fact is like something that basically you hit a floor where there's nothing really after that. Like it's a brute fact that the only way to interact with our universe is through our senses. There's no other way to do it.
Yeah, Volcy, that was a horrible analogy because there's an explanation of why the sun is hot. You do realize that, right?
There's an explanation for why the sun is hot. Yeah.
So then that wouldn't be a brute fact. A brute fact is something that doesn't have an explanation. That's what I'm saying. Descriptions. I mean, I guess a description could be a brute fact, but just you would have to back it up why it's a brute fact.
Volcy, can I ask him a quick question?
Go ahead.
Eli, are you suggesting that if you are able to give a remarkably sound deductive argument, that it then proves that your God exists?
I won't say necessarily my God, and specifically, I'm arguing for God.
Any God.
Yeah, any God, sure.
Oh, so then you have a flaw in your thinking, because a person could give an amazing deductive argument that is sound, not just valid, and the thing that they are defending does not have to exist in the physical realm, nor in reality, nor in religion.
Can you give me an example?
Well, I thought you knew you were doing it earlier.
No, I just want you to give me an example outside of this. I asked this for a reason, dude.
Well, I'm going to first ask you if you know what a deductive argument is.
Yeah, sure, but that has nothing to do with. I asked you a question.
No, it does, because we're talking in a language, linguistics. We're using deductive, inductive, abductive arguments. You want us to believe your argument, but you may not even know what an argument is, nor what a deductive argument is.
And assuming I don't know what I'm talking about is not going to get us far. But regardless of that, I asked a specific question before you asked a question.
No,
just in good faith, can you answer my question?
Game, so I'll let the host handle you. You're not ready.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, before you start, can I define deductive argument just to demonstrate I know what it is?
No, I don't really care. But when it comes to our universe, right? Yes, our universe is complex for whatever reason that it is. I don't think that leads us to a God at all, though.
Yeah, I didn't even. Okay, so you said it is complex for whatever reason it is. Would there be a logical contradiction for saying the universe is simple, or the universe can be simple? Why did I say for? But what would be the logical contradiction of saying the universe could be simple? It could be a physical contradiction, but that would still entail a logical contradiction.
What would be the contradiction by saying the universe?
Yeah,
is simple?
the universe. No, I blundered there. That simple universe is possible. What would be the contradiction there?
There really wouldn't be. A universe could be simple, sure.
So that's a possible universe, correct?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So we have two universes. If universe A, which is the universe we live in, and universe B. So that's two possible universes. What would substantiate one universe existing versus the other?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, because if there's two possible universes, one of them has to exist at a certain time period, given a certain time. And we see this universe exist.
Yeah.
It would imply there was a choice to be made to cause this universe to exist rather than
Volcy, he's using he's giving hypotheticals saying possible A, possible B, but they're not definitives.
Yeah, what does that prove?
Wait,
I want him to finish. I want him to finish. I want him to finish.
What it proves is that you're saying it's possible that A happens. It's also possible that B happens. Therefore, what?
Wait, how is a hypothetical can't be definitive?
No. You asked me a question. I answered it. Now I'm asking you a question.
No. You didn't answer my question.
If A is possible, not definite, and B is possible, they're not even probable. You're playing a game of words, my friend.
How is no? Hypotheticals could still be definite. Like for an example, I can give a hypothetical that demonstrates
possible. Everybody pause. I don't care about any of this. Just because if we can think of a possible universe that was simple, I can also think of a possible universe where the color red doesn't exist. That doesn't mean that our universe chose red to exist.
Wait, hold up, stop. Actually, you were right. I don't know what your point is. If there was a possible universe where red doesn't exist, yet you see red exist, you would have to ask the question, why does red exist? Am I correct?
Yeah, we would ask, why does red exist? But my thing is that you're saying that this implies a choice, and it doesn't.
Yeah, if something is caused without sort of physical or logical reason, there's a choice is the next option. Like,
but the thing is, that's not what the universe.
I like to give this example.
Wait, hold on. That doesn't apply to the universe.
Why?
It doesn't apply to the universe because you're saying that it was physically possible for red to not exist.
No, that's not. Do you even understand your own argument?
No, I'm trying to understand where you're coming at. Yes, it's we can think of a possible world where the color red doesn't exist, but the color red does exist in our universe. Why does the color red exist? Because of the way that light moves in our universe. All this doesn't. All of this doesn't imply that there was a choice to be made for our light to move this way. It doesn't imply that the light moves this way for. Because
I'll give you an example. Can I give you an example to help you understand?
What I'm saying is that the way light moves in our universe, it happens that way simply because of what happened during the Big Bang. If you're saying that was a choice, someone made that choice.
No, that's not true.
Hold on. You're saying that the way light moves in our universe has nothing to do with the Big Bang?
No, it's not caused by the Big Bang. The Big Bang is just a state. Wait. Because the Big Bang, no physicist would tell you that the Big Bang causes the physics of the world. No.
All of our physics breaks down.
It's just a starting.
Hold on. All of our physics breaks down at T-1. You're saying that the way that our universe works did not come from the Big Bang?
Yeah, because if you look at T-1 or T0 at this starting point, we're just labeling the Big Bang as this starting point, not as the cause of the universe or the cause of the way.
Right. No, I get that. That's the cause.
So you're mistaking the two.
That's the cause of the expansion of the universe, right? But what I'm saying is
that's not causing the laws of physics,
right?
Dude.
But
and when you mentioned the color red,
Eli, I need you to stop.
Yeah, you're just wondering.
I need you to stop, bro. You're interrupting without actually parsing out the argument.
No, because you just blundered.
No, this is not a blunder. You're saying that our physics didn't come from the Big Bang, from the expansion of the universe.
You believe that our physics or the laws of physics, bro?
Our current laws of physics
came from the Big Bang.
Yes, our current laws of physics came from the Big Bang because our understanding of physics breaks down at T-1, meaning that there are other forms of physics that we don't understand yet.
That doesn't follow that Big Bang was the cause of it. That's just correlation, not causation. Dude, you just wondering.
No. Our current understanding of the universe, it breaks down at the T-1, right? That would mean that our model of physics doesn't apply there, which means that we need new models of physics, right or wrong?
What does that have to do with the Big Bang?
All right. So that means that at T-1, that's where our model of physics comes from. That's where it's from.
Okay. And how does that have to do with how does you come to the conclusion that the Big Bang caused
the way that our physics works came from there, right?
No, our understanding starts at that point. That has nothing to do with if the Big Bang caused the laws of physics. Dude, this is such a stretch.
So the Big Bang didn't cause the laws of physics.
I never heard anyone said that before. But I mean, somebody could believe that, I guess. But you would have to quote a physicist who says that. This is like common.
There's a misconnect here because he is going to prove his God by giving a pedantic argument. I still don't see the connection to his God.
Yeah.
So what was the Big Bang the origin of space and time?
The Big Bang the origin of space and time? I don't know if there's a
or at least our understanding of it.
There. I don't know. I think it's more the origin of the expansion of the universe, but space and time, that's a stretch.
Yeah, it was the origin of at least our understanding of space, time, and the fundamental laws of physics.
Theoretically, sure, but
right. Okay, so if that's where our
this is just moving the goalposts.
It's not really moving the goalposts because we got yeah, exactly. What does that have to do with God? We run down a rabbit hole. You're saying you're saying that no, I didn't blunder. I just read it out.
Oh, wait, hold up.
I just read it out. The fundamental laws of physics came from the Big Bang. At least the way that we understand it. We need new models of physics.
Give me one physicist who said that before. Quote one physicist. If you could do this, I will drop down myself. If you can quote one physicist who believes
that says what? That the fundamental laws of our universe came from the Big Bang?
Yeah, we're caused by the Big Bang.
Sure. All right, let's bring up some papers.
Yeah, like I said, this is a God of the gaps fallacy argument that Eli is presenting.
No, it is not.
But can you shut the hell up and let other people talk? So even if, let's imagine he's the greatest linguist and physicist in the world and galaxy, he would then have to connect his God, whichever God that is, to his arguments. So when is he going to do that?
Yeah, I can demonstrate that the properties of the universe has right now.
That's not what I asked.
Wait, dude, relax.
That's not what I asked.
Wait, dude. Okay. Come on, let me finish. I let you speak. Now let me speak.
You didn't let me speak. It's not your room.
I need to ask a clarifying
It's not
question.
your room either, dude. What the hell?
I need to ask a clarifying question.
Everybody pause. What was your question, Satan?
Eli, are you a Christian, a deist? What fundamentally?
Yeah, sure. I'm a Christian, but what does that have to do with the argument?
Because I'm having a difficulty understanding here. Could your argumentation be used for other gods that aren't Christian?
Yeah, sure. That's why I have to run back another argument that's separate to this. I don't have the burden of proof of proving my Christian.
So you need to.
I told you
so you need to go.
Wait,
so you need to go from just establishing that there is a deist god, and then working your way down using argumentation to eventually finding out that your god might exist.
Sure. Yeah. What's the issue with that?
What does it like? I genuinely don't understand.
Dude, are you just gonna just let me go by the argument, dude? You're just
Eli. Can you shut the fuck up? Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up! Stop talking. Fuck's sakes! I've been quiet the entire time. I say one sentence and you fucking interrupt. Shut up! Jesus Christ! How the fuck does this prove that your God actually exists? Like literally, the best thing we come from this argument is that the concept of your God exists. Logically, the concept of your God could exist. It does nothing to actually justify that your God exists. It's just an argument.
Yeah, I'm not arguing for if God could possibly exist. I'm arguing about the way we look at the universe.
Then what the fuck are we talking about?
Let me... You see, you get mad at me for interrupting you, yet you interrupt me.
Yeah, you've interrupted everybody consistently since you've fucking been up here. All you're arguing are for concepts. That's it. If fucking... Let me ask the host, because you were asking the host a question. Hey, Volcy, would a concept of a god convince you that a god exists?
No.
No. So why the fuck are we having this conversation to begin with?
Yeah, anyways. Can I actually speak without being interrupted? Because...
Try.
Okay, so anyways, what I was arguing for is that...
Oh, I guess not.
And I got muted. You see? This is crazy.
No, it's not actually crazy. We're just kind of exhausted here. What are we trying to get at?
Dude, how are you exhausted? Can I finish?
Hold on. Where are we trying to get out here? Where are we trying to get out here? Because like I'm really lost on what we're doing here. All we're talking about is the way physics is and everything like that, because this all started off you saying that the way that our universe works.
Can I even
was it?
Hold
on. The way what we started off first is that you said that the way that our universe works implies that there was a choice to be made. How exactly do we show that to be true? Because all we have is that this is the way that the laws of physics works in our universe. And this is the only universe we have to explore. So how do you know that this one was a deliberate choice? How do you do that?
Yeah, we can go back to the argument, but y'all said a bunch of stuff and then y'all kept talking.
But the problem is,
can I finish?
The problem is, Eli.
You're still interrupting.
The problem is, Eli, is that crap. I'm not. Now I'm forgetting where I was. Okay.
Yeah,
How do we show? Be quiet for a second. How do we show that this universe was a deliberate choice? How do we do that?
Can I fully state my point?
I'm just asking, how do we do that? How do we show that the universe was a deliberate choice? How do we do that?
Yeah, because if this property which is complexity, we can really go by any property universe, but complexity specifically is not logically necessary. There would either have to be some sort of physical necessity or a logical necessity, or we can argue, I guess you could say it's a brute fact, which we can argue that, which obviously I don't think is a brute fact. But if there's no logical or physical necessity for it to exist, yet it still exists.
How you know that?
There was a choice.
How you know that?
Yeah, because there's no logical contradiction with a simple universe. So that means there's another possible universe. So then why doesn't that other possible universe exist?
We don't know if it does or not. This is the only universe we have.
No, but exists within this universe. Like, why isn't this universe simple?
We don't know.
We don't know if this are you serious? We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know why this universe.
We don't know if this universe is simple.
I didn't say that. I said we don't know why this universe.
That's what I was saying.
Hold on. Shut up for a second. Jesus fucking Christ. We don't know why this universe. Shut up. We don't know why this universe is complex over simple. We don't know why the reason why that is. But just because we don't know that reason doesn't make God the reason.
I don't think y'all smart enough for my other argument. Jeez.
All right.
Y'all struggling with this one.
All right.
But anyway,
so we're gonna go ahead and move on because I'm tired of this, y'all. This is literally just a long way of saying God of the gaps. This is literally a God of the gaps argument. Literally the long way to say God of the gaps, saying that, oh, why isn't this universe simple over complex? We don't fucking know. Oh, okay. Therefore, the almighty God of the universe who sacrificed himself to himself and impregnated a 14-year-old in order to create a loophole for the rules he created has to be the answer. That's fucking stupid.
And none of this is in the Bible. None of the Bibles. So even if someone claims it, then connect it to your Bible. Which Bible?
If anybody comes up into a panel and instantly goes into Phil Bro bullshit, that's the first fucking question I ask. I'm like, what denomination? What religion? What denomination? Because you're just making arguments for a deistic God, and you don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid, bro. Jesus Christ. This is insane. All right, y'all. So I've been on for about an hour and 13 minutes. I think I'm going to get off soon. If you would still like to call in, the number is right up here, 786-530-5941. I'm going to give it maybe about another 10 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I did want to get you guys into that one, but I was Jesus Christ, I was getting a damn headache. This is stupid, bro. This is so fucking stupid. All right, so let's see what I have here. If I have any questions in the chat, I don't see any in the well, here's someone that believes that we're the emotional ones.
No, I'll agree to that. 100%. I'm emotional when I hear the same fucking arguments every fucking day, and it doesn't lead anywhere except to more argumentation.
Yeah.
All right, we have Rimbles. Rimbles is always here. Rimbles is always here, but I guess shout out to Rimbles because he's always here arguing. All right, over in the deconstruction junction. Shout out to the deconstruction junction. I don't see anyone who really disagrees or asks me any questions. But like I said, y'all, this isn't Ask Me Anything Live. So if you guys want to ask me some questions, definitely ask me. Oh, Tiny Science is here. How's it going, Tiny Science? Appreciate you, Tiny Science, for being here. What's going on, Parkers? Tiny Science is dope, y'all. Y'all go ahead and follow Tiny Science. He is dope. If anyone has any questions, you guys can go ahead and ask me. Once again, I'm a leftist, I'm an atheist, and I'm Pan-African, and I'm going to get off soon. Y'all remember to follow Daddy Satan here. I love the Daddy Satan thing. It's really hilarious. Because
it pisses off conservative Christians so fucking much. I love it.
Yeah, it does. All right. Slump over in my YouTube asked me if I'm a Christian, and I am not. I mean, it clearly says I'm an atheist here. You might not have seen it, but no, I am not a Christian. I was a Christian for about 25 years. All right, and Jack Daniels is complaining over on the Black Atheist Coalition. He's complaining that we were trying to bully the other Christian. No, we weren't. Just that we got tired of all the interruptions.
Don't try to be louder than me.
Yeah.
No, I don't try.
Yeah, definitely don't try.
I'm an angry ginger Italian from New Jersey. You will fucking lose.
That's true. Hey, being an Italian from New Jersey, how many Tony Sopranos jokes do you get?
Honestly, because The Sopranos ended in like what 04, 05.
I think 09.
I was fucking around during the Jersey Shore shit. That's all I got.
That's the one you got.
Yeah, and I have to go. Those fuckers aren't from New Jersey. They're from New York.
They're from New York. They're from Staten Island. Yeah, that's what people. When I used to work in a hotel back then, and someone came down from New Jersey, I was like, "How many Jersey Shore jokes do you get?" And he was like, "Oh, those people are not from Jersey. That's Staten Island trash. They're not Jersey at all." But there are people who argue that Staten Island might as well be part of New Jersey, to tell you the truth.
No, we don't claim them. Nope, that's New York cesspool. You can have that. We don't want that.
Every time I talk to somebody from Brooklyn or Queens, they say Staten Island is just East Elizabeth. And I was like, how you gonna put that on New Jersey? How you gonna put that on Jersey, y'all?
Wu-Tang Clan and Force MDs, so Staten Island gave us something good.
Yeah, at least they gave us Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah, exactly. At least they gave us Wu-Tang Clan. Hey, Bird Time, I do have a Discord, but you can call me at the number right here. It says 786-530-5941. You can go ahead and call me there if you would like. I do have a Discord. Not sure how do I put some requests in for that one. But I used to have a call-in line for that. But you can go ahead and call me there. And you can hide your number. I don't keep the numbers. Yeah, like I delete my whole call log whenever I end the show. I just delete the call log. So you can call in if you want, or you can just block your number. Like I'm not sure what you do to block it, but you can just block the number and call me up here. Because I'm gonna get off in a few minutes anyway. So go and give me a call. It's 786-530-5941. Oh man. But how you guys doing tonight?
I'm good. Looking forward to the next NBA thing. I'm not really sports NBA type. I'm martial arts and track. But one of my sons got me into this, and I watched the last what they call it, session quarter. Oh man, that was exciting. So I'm looking for the Knicks are going to lose though the next game, but they're going to win when they come back to Madison Square Garden.
I don't know, bro, but actually, you know what? That does make sense. They end it in Madison Square Garden.
I don't know.
Yeah, plus the NBA. Yeah, NBA is going to make a lot more money if it goes longer.
If it goes longer, yeah, true. Yeah, I'm saying right now, the Knicks is 3-1. Knicks leading 3-1, so we'll see. I actually want the Knicks to win just because I like Mayor Mamdani. That's
the only reason I'm watching basketball right now. Yes.
Yeah, because let me tell you, if he wins, people are gonna be hating New York so much. But I have family up there, and not only that, I'm on the East Coast, so it's like I just want the Knicks to win. I just want them to win.
I fucking I keep seeing those videos of like people wearing Spurs jerseys, walking around New York, and then getting the hell beat out of them. I'm like, y'all forget how fucking angry the East Coast is.
Oh yeah.
It happens in Philly. It happens in New York. It happens in fucking. It happened in what the hell was Vermont? It happened in Vermont. Like you're not going to. No, don't do it. Wear neutral colors.
Please wear neutral colors because you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it up there. All right. You don't want to be a Spurs fan. What are Spurs fans even doing in New York? I thought all of New York would be Knicks fans.
There's like one or two, and they always get found and videoed.
Yeah, they always get found.
It's like if the playoffs was happening and the Eagles were playing the Giants, and you went to Philadelphia wearing a Giants jersey, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Yeah. It's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah.
Guy wanted to fight me at Costco. I was joking, and I said, I don't know if the Knicks are gonna pull off the next game, and he was ready to fight. I'm like, bro, it's not that serious.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. The person that said they're gonna call in, I guess you could call it next time. So bird time, go ahead and call it next time. I'm guessing because I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. But y'all, I definitely appreciate y'all. The fact that we got 29,000 likes on this one is amazing. I really, really do appreciate it. And this was a quick one, a quick little Ask Me Anything because I'm not gonna be live. At least I'm not gonna be live really. I'm not gonna be doing debates this weekend. Tomorrow I got to prepare for the picnic. But shout out to Serafina Simone. Shout out to Ariel Almighty. Shout out to Black Atheist Rants. Shout out to Libra. Shout out to Skeptical. Shout out to everybody who's coming to the Bash Cookout, the Black Atheist Skeptics and Humanist Cookout happening this Saturday. They all coming down. So tomorrow I'm going to be chilling with them. We're going to have a time, y'all. I really, really appreciate them for taking that time to come down. And if we go live, it's really going to be all of us chilling. I will be going live as well, but it's only going to be the picnic. All right. I'm just going to see videos of the picnic. It's going to be in Central Florida. I'm in Orlando. So that's where it's going to be. So if you're in that area, go ahead and come down and then and join us. If you are a Black atheist, skeptic, or humanist, sorry for the people who are not Black atheists. This event is for us. All right, I just gotta do it for us. That doesn't mean I have a problem with y'all. I don't have a problem with anybody else. Of course, all right. You know, Satan is an Italian from New Jersey, so I ain't got no issue with him. All right, but it's just that we had to have a space for us, y'all. We just gotta do it.
Are you thinking of having like a WhatsApp so people can call in if they're not near Florida? Because I'm way off.
Oh yeah, you're like in up north, right? You're in New York.
Yeah, I'm way up near Canada.
I might not have the call in line that day. Is just to be me live on the air and everyone else just watching the picnic. Really, I'm gonna try to see if I can go live. I'll bring my laptop out. I'll try to see if I can go live on TikTok and all those, not TikTok, but Facebook and YouTube as well for everybody to watch the picnic. But that's what it's gonna be for that day. Makes sense?
Yeah.
But yeah, I do appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. This was a really quick one. I just wanted to go live real quick, let y'all know that I'm not going live for the rest of the weekend. Tomorrow night I won't be. Saturday, if I am, it's just going to be like throughout the day. I'll probably go live around 1 o'clock, and it'll just be the picnic for you guys to watch. But I appreciate y'all. I'm definitely gonna have one next year, and I'm going to be collaborating probably with Black non-believers because they have reason revival around the same time. So definitely gonna be collaborating with them. But take care, you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for 31,000 likes. You guys are amazing. Y'all are wonderful. Remember to follow 2YZ. Remember to follow that.